Now, I showed you last night how the Queensland Premier Stephen Miles was caught out misleading Parliament. Early this year, he denied sending a text in Parliament, but then this week, when pictures of that text were revealed by Channel 9, he suddenly changed his mind. Incredibly, despite a blatant case of misleading Parliament, he's been dubbed a liar by the opposition. There doesn't seem to be any pressure, though, on Miles to resign.
As I've indicated, I made a mistake in answering that question. It was a very busy question time. Remember, that's the question time we extended, where there were lots and lots of questions. I answered that one too rapidly. I made a mistake. I've apologised.
Surely it can't rest there. But wait, it gets worse. Parliament's Ethics Committee in Queensland is not inquiring into the Premier's actions yet. But it has launched an investigation into the LNP MP Michael Crandon, who admits taking the photo of Miles' phone that proved he was lying.
Well, at this stage, he's the only member who's been referred to the Ethics Committee. The Speaker is currently considering whether to refer my statement to the Ethics Committee, and of course I'll participate in that process if that's what occurs.
Let's go to Queensland now and catch up with a Queensland Senator and One Nation leader, Pauline Hanson. Thanks for joining us, Pauline. Joining us from Gundawindi, with the Gundawindi Grey behind you. I'm old enough to remember Gunsint. Yes. Pauline, can Stephen Miles stick around as Premier when he so blatantly misled the Queensland Parliament?
Well, he will, and I hope he does, because I want to see the back end of him at the next Queensland state elections due in October. So I don't want to see change of premiers. I think that Giggling Gertie has to go in with the Labor Party as well. So I can't see them changing leaders at this time anyway, Chris.
It all gets back to accountability, though. We know whenever a minister does something like that, they end up resigning. It's standard procedure. We saw premiers in New South Wales, like Barry O'Farrell, resign over misleading an inquiry inadvertently, yet Stephen Miles seems to be able to just shake this off, as you say, giggle it away.
As I said, coming into a state election, they've lost Anastasia, they've put Miles in now. The Labor Party could not afford to lose Stephen Miles this close to an election and to put someone else in his place. Who would they put in anyway? So anyway, thank you. So anyway, what I'm saying is I can't see them getting rid of him at all at the moment. What's so annoying about this, Chris, is he said he made a mistake. He knew damn well what he was answering to, and apparently my understanding is there was an FOI, and he actually then didn't answer to the FOI that he didn't know. Freedom of information was put to him as well, and he denied that as well. He has lied about it right from the very beginning. He knew. But this is what the members of Parliament think they're untouchable. They don't have to be accountable. If he is the leader of Queensland, which he is now, if he can't be truthful, even under an FOI, what hope has the public got?
Yeah.
So if any public member puts in for an FOI, how do you know if you're getting the truth back? That's what stinks about this.
Yeah, you're right.
The public must know. He's the Premier of the state. If he can't be truthful and honest, then I think he should go. But let's get rid of him at the election.
Yeah, it's not that far off, and give the voters that privilege, I suppose. Just quickly on federal matters and the coalition going all out on nuclear, do you think this is a Hail Mary pass or something that's very well overdue?
It is very well overdue, Chris. Even long before the Liberal National Party came out about nuclear, I've been talking about it for years, you know. And a lot of things, I am way ahead of them, you know. It's called vision for the future. The whole fact is that it's going to take 8 to 10 years, maybe more, under our EBA agreements in Queensland or Australia to get anything built here. We have to have the diversity of power, dispatchable power. You can't get rid of your coal-fired power stations. I'm at Gundy today and I went out to a cotton farm. Do you know what they said to me? They said, big operation, a couple of thousand hectares out here. They said when they're running short on power, they give them a phone call. If they can shut down all their power in a matter of 15 minutes, they'll pay them $150,000.
Yeah.
Now, this is only one farm. Can you imagine what's happening across the country and across the state? That this is people, the taxpayers paying for this because this cost has to go on. That's why people must realise your wind turbines and your solar farms don't cut it. And they are actually paying people so they don't have power blackouts to make the governments look bad because they're not producing the power. Productivity's down.
You're singing my song.
What the hell is happening? Yes.
You're singing my song. We've got to keep going. Look, I've got to get your thoughts quickly. You had your first cartoon, your first Please cartoon out for the year late last week. Here's a snippet.
We need a weapon, Jody. A weapon of mass distraction, which is where you come in.
Me?
Jody, will you be my weapon of mass distraction?
No!
Oh, come on, Jody. Think about it. Nothing's more distracting than a Prime Minister wedding. It'll be like Harry and Meghan. It's all everyone will talk about. And we get married right before the election. And then you and me go on a 3-year honeymoon travelling around the world on the government dime.
It's bloody funny, Pauline, but it's a bit rough, isn't it? Surely Anthony Albanese's getting married for love. Yeah, it's a bit of a rough attack, isn't it?
Well, I feel sorry for Jody, and that's what I said to them. I do feel sorry for Jody. I don't feel sorry for Albanese because you mark my words. What they will do is after the Queensland state election, when Labor loses a seat, they're going to organise when they're going to have the wedding, and it'll be just prior to the next federal election. Another distraction, take people's minds off it. Look, aren't they a loving couple? Aren't they wonderful together? Let's see if I'm right.
Another prediction from Pauline Hanson. Thanks for joining us, Pauline. Appreciate it. Pauline.